Hi, I'm Chloe at WizKid Cosplay on Instagram, and today I'm going to be going through my build for some of my pieces for my Veth Brenatto cosplay. She is a character on Critical Role. It's a Dungeons & Dragons streaming show on Twitch, and I've actually cosplayed her once before as her winter version, and so I'm really excited to come back to the original. I made a showcase as well for the end of the video, and also I'm going to be uploading it as its own video. Thank you to Alex and David, to my friends who helped me film the showcase part of the video. I wouldn't have been able to do it without them. There were a lot of help, and they didn't really even know anything about the character, but they were super into it, and that was really helpful. So let's jump right into it. For the dress, I got this really nice textured double cotton gauze from Mood Fabrics in mustard yellow. Using an old necklace, I just used some thread and hot glue to put on some of these nice buttons. These are the anime elf ears from Eridani Costumes. I got them unpainted and I just put a little bit of makeup on them to match my skin tone. I made these simple earrings from old jewelry. This is a wooden crossbow set that I got from Amazon. All I did was stain the wood and paint it with some gold and black paint. You can't really see that it's stained because I did a bad job, so it just looks like paint, but whatever. I printed out the pattern into this giant stack of paper, and then I cut it all together and taped it together, and it took me about 3 hours. Now I'm just laying out the fabric onto my desk to get ready to pin together the edges, and then I'm going to figure out the placement for all the pattern pieces to cut them out. Figuring out the placement of the pattern pieces was really difficult, and so I kind of had to figure it out on my own. So now I'm just cutting out the pieces. Some of them had to use interfacing, so I just cut it out and ironed that on. Anyone who sews knows that this is your worst nightmare, turning all your stitches around to see that they're all bad and they're all bunched up and you're just gonna have to tear it out and start over. This happened literally so many times and it is so frustrating every time. Now, who doesn't love just a pretty hem like that? It's just chef's kiss. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I have pretty much finished the dress. I had to pretty much rush everything. And so I'm not even gonna put buttons on it. I think I'm just gonna put some Velcro right here. And then I already kind of made the vest a while ago. So all I gotta do is take it in a little bit in the sides. And then I can finally get started on the accessories. I'm so tired. I have like no time because I have finals and stuff tomorrow, and so basically I wanted to get everything done today, so hopefully I can do that. Here's hoping. This is the face of someone who wants to quit. Every single time I make a cosplay, I always end up in this mood where I want to throw the whole thing away. I want to burn it. I hate it so bad. And I don't let myself because later I actually end up liking it. For Veth's button gauntlets, I just pulled some micro suede from my fabric stash and I just cut out 2 rectangles. To give the gauntlets more structure, I just cut out some craft foam. I hot glue the foam to the fabric. If I had more time, instead of using hot glue, I would have sewn together the foam and the fabric, and I would have sewn the buttons into it, but hot glue is a lot faster, so I just did what I had the time to do. To fasten the gauntlets, I just got some strips of Velcro and I hot glued them to the gauntlets. Hot gluing the buttons to the gauntlets was really fun actually. It really lifted my spirits because I was feeling pretty defeated from all the sewing that I did. It took a really long time, and so this was just kind of nice. I really didn't have to think about it. I could just do it. And also I was finally finishing Legend of Korra while I did it. So it was kind of like a nice fun little puzzle to find buttons that looked cool and, you know, arrange them in a way that looks fun. I got some Elmer's glue and I just mixed in some glitter and used it to coat these little glass bottles for the belts so you could really see the glitter. Using acrylic paint, I made it look like the bottles were actually filled with some liquid. It was a messy process, but worth it for sure. I used some Elmer's glue and a little bit of green food dye to make the glass bottle that I got for Veth's belt green because it was just clear. And then I baked it and it looked pretty good. I bought this magnifying glass and just using some of this rub and buff. It's like a pigmented wax and it was super easy to use. All I did was just put a little bit on my finger and look at that. And then here I just am sewing these little potion bottle holders. All I did was just cut out a little piece of fabric and sew the ends, and I sewed some straps for the little potions to where they will just sink into, like here. I sewed down all these little segments and I tested to make sure that the bottles would fit, and they did. And this was frustrating because the stitches kept getting messed up, but it's done.